Welcome to the Birdgang Nation Sports Media Show, repping the greatest team of all time. Let's go! Birdgang 31, he be the host with the most. We going deep, burning teams. They ain't nothing but toast. It's in your Estes. Sirianni put me in coach, running like Miles Sanders till I bumped my head on the post. Touchdown! Yeah, that's coming. Devontae's crazy route running. Jalen hurting them, throwing lasers to Rager, young gunning. Come on! On the D side, we ride, sack him with Fletcher, lay him out on the stretcher. No one can protect you. Watch Darius lay him, shutting down your routes. Come on! In my green John, eating Philly cheesesteaks. Put up your cups, wings up, if you can relate. Tailgating at the link like Gangsta Stride. To the Birdgang Nation, that's worldwide. On Sundays, catch the pre and post game. Mondays is Birds on Broad Street with Philly Notion and Cool Cat, the man in motion. And Wednesdays, the midweek special got you open with JC from Eagles Talk, hitting like B-Dog, baby.
Welcome to another episode of Birdgang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Birdgang 31. Today, Nation, we have a very special guest. We got Kev from Four-Man Rush. How you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing good, Birdgang. How about yourself?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. It's always a great day to talk birds, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, talk a bird, eat a bird, flip a bird, however it works, man.
All right. Well, go ahead and let everybody know where you're from, what you do, and about the 4MR thing.
Yeah, sure. Well, my name is Kevin Avery. I'm the owner and co-founder of the Four-Man Rush, which is a fan-based Carolina Panthers podcast business that we own. It's me and three other partners. We're the co-founders. Basically, we're based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And what we do is that we basically give a detailed breakdown of the Carolina Panthers in a way that doesn't get covered like it should by the national media. We do film breakdown analysis. We break down draft picks with player profiles. We interact with the fans. We're very active on Twitter. You can catch us on our website, www.the, that's THE, the number 4, man, MAN, rush, RUSH.com. And, what we do is we just try to, just have fun, but interacting and letting fans be able to understand the intricacies of the game. Because if you're a casual fan, some of the lingo may, throw you off. We just try to make sure we break it down and explain it to you.
Nice, man. That sounds awesome, man. That sounds awesome. So let's get into it, my guy. How'd you feel your team did against the Cowboys? We played the Cowboys 2 weeks ago, and we got mollywopped out there. How do you guys feel you fared against them?
I definitely had concerns heading into that game. My concerns were immediately founded, pretty much because the teams that we had played before didn't have the type of offensive line that the Cowboys bring to the table. Because for the Cowboys, they play that old school man power gap blocking. Where, they're not doing none of that zone and reaching stuff. They're basically double teaming your defensive tackles and sliding off to your linebackers. And with us, they went heavy personnel. They had a third tackle in along with two of the tight ends, and they just played old school smash mouth. We're going to line up and just punch you in the mouth. And that's what they did. One of the reasons why it was effective against us was, the fact that, even though we are fast attacking defense, we kind of light in the ass on the edges. Let's be honest. We got Brian Burns, who's a dynamic, playmaker. But at the end of the day, he's still like 245. We got
Mhm.
Rasan Reddick, sack artist, sack machine. But again, you're still looking about 235. And they just pretty much brought it down to physics and just say, all right, well, we're gonna neutralize your pass rush by just simply line up and put a hat on a hat. But but at the end of the day, it was just we had two mistakes. We gave them too many opportunities. There were some very questionable calls. I'm not a fan that like to want to blame the game on missed calls or wrong
Oh,
calls,
trust me, I know about the missed calls, man. Last week we got some
because it happens in
unfortunate.
every game. It happens in every game. So
Right?
I can't say woe was me because we even had some calls that have benefited us that were kind of questionable. So hey, you give some, you lose some. But overall, I'm not even going to say injuries, but I would like to see them again healthy with a Christian McCaffrey, with the J.C. Horn, with our missing safety Justin Burris. But like I say, hey, next man up mentality. One thing I admire about y'all team is that in 2017 when y'all won the Super Bowl, y'all had like multiple starters missing, and
Yeah.
y'all still made it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's why I really kind of really felt the next man up, like no excuse. Like, damn, Eagles won the Super Bowl with a lot of backups in key positions. So, can't
Yeah.
use injuries as an excuse. So, shout out to y'all for setting the tone when it comes to that.
Yeah, we're always next man up over here. Last week we played the Kansas City Chiefs, went toe to toe with them. We hung around a lot, what I'm saying, most of the game, but we had too many penalties, man, that cost us the game. And we still got some rookie, coaches that, they still need to learn how to coach a game completely. Either they coach good one week, they don't coach good the next week, they coach good one week. And, we got some deficiencies on defense there that we need to work out. That's for sure. But all right, let's see. Tell me about your thoughts about the Eagles this year.
My thought about the Eagles is that it's a team that's making a transition. New quarterback, new head coach. I don't know, particularly being on the inside, how y'all felt about that whole uh, situation with the coach and head coach last year. Um, you take it for what it is, but as an outsider looking in, I felt like Carson Wentz had a case of the entitlements.
Mm-hmm.
And
Facts.
having a personal direct line to the owner. I think his name was it Jeffrey Lowry, what is his name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jeffrey
yeah,
Lurie.
Lurie.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that. Basically, or if I don't get my way, I'm gonna tell the owner on you type of thing. That's from the outside how it appeared, and then it's like, bruh, you pretty much spent more time on IR than you did the field. Like, how dare you feel entitled? So again,
Right.
as an outsider, that's kind of how was viewing it here. So when y'all had to
As an
flip the
insider
chapter,
too, my guy. As an insider too.
hey, so flipping over to the new coach, not too familiar with his background. Um, I kind of didn't like the way because I am a Jalen Hurts fan. How he kind of made it linger like it was an open competition. Like get behind this guy and let him know you my guy from day one. Build and around his talents. Don't try to make your scheme. Don't try to make a player fit your scheme. Make your scheme fit your players. I'm a
Hmm.
big fan of that, and I think that that's what needs to be done here. Again, just speaking as an outsider, but yeah, I definitely see y'all as a team and rebuild like how we started our rebuild last year with the
Hmm.
new coach, new quarterback, new system, new everything. After uh, 9 years with Ron Rivera, but who's now in y'all division, head coach of the Redskins. Well,
Yeah.
excuse me, the Washington football team.
The
Excuse
Washington
me.
football team. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What the f? But anyway, but yeah, but just observing. One thing about your team, I think it's gonna really give us problems is the fact that y'all got a nasty defensive line. Like
Yeah.
again, I'm a trench guy. I love the trenches. Even though the Panthers my team, any team that's got good linemen, I love. I mean Fletcher Cox. I mean, I'm hoping that Derek Brown, who we got, can emulate the type of career that he got. Now, everyone would like for our defense tackle to be like Aaron Donald. I think that's untouchable. I think Aaron
Right.
Donald is just a stratosphere of defensive tackles all by himself. But
He's
Fletcher
he's a
Cox,
special breed there. He's a special breed.
yeah, Fletcher Cox, because I go to every Panthers home game. Like when y'all came down Um, that 2017, and Fletcher Cox just had our offensive line on skates. I mean, I literally saw him bull rush it, and offensive lineman couldn't do nothing with him, man. So, but yeah, y'all definitely got a very talented defensive line. I think his name is it Derek Barnett?
Barnett,
Y'all
yeah.
defense, yeah, y'all defense end. He was someone that we had scouted as well when that draft came out a few years ago. Um, but yeah, I mean, y'all definitely got some playmakers in the secondary. This is definitely going to be a challenge. I'm not a fan of paying attention to the record
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like y'all gave Kansas City all they could stand. This
Mm-hmm.
past week from whatever I was to catch on and watch because I got the Sunday ticket. But
Right.
um, but yeah, and offensively, mobile quarterbacks are always a headache to prepare for. Um, and y'all got good tight end, the veteran, Zach Ertz, but they also got Goddard as well. So again, we're going to be dealing with the fact that we're going to have to deal with the two tight end personnel. Um, y'all wide receiver core. I think I think it's you got Rago,
Rager, Quest,
Rager,
and Devontae the Slim
Devontae.
Reaper.
Yep, definitely. And one of my personal favorites. I don't know if he's still with y'all team anymore, but Deuce Staley, is he
No,
still
Deuce
part
is
of
in
y'all?
Detroit right now, man. He left us for
Okay.
Detroit.
Because I actually watched him. He's from South Carolina. He went to the University of South Carolina. Actually got to see him
Uh-huh.
play a lot of games for the University of South Carolina. I thought he should have been y'all head coach. That was
A
me.
lot of
That's
us
who I
did
was
too.
rooting for. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I say it like this. I like black head coaches in the NFL. If you don't like that aspect of it, so be it. But I think he done paid his dues. I think he was due a shot. Hopefully he'll get one later. But that's just my personal opinion.
No
Um,
problem.
but yeah, but y'all definitely going to present a big challenge for us this week. We both come off losses. We both got a lot of pride, so it's going to be a battle.
Yeah, man. And then you got one of my favorite quarterbacks. He hasn't been doing that great so far in the league, but Sam Darnold. I'm from Cali, so I'm a USC boy. And Sam Darnold plays a good ball. Watched him play a lot of games down at USC. So, I'm hoping that he can generate his career over there in Carolina. So, man, how many players do you guys got injured coming into this game? Do you guys have any star players injured?
Well, of course, Christian McCaffrey. Always start off with him. It's said that Wednesday, he's going to test. See how that hamstring feel. Personally, I think he need to go ahead and sit out all 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, if he healthy, he passed. That's one thing, but you know, with the injury he had last year, missing 13 games, I'm comfortable with the running backs that we got. I want him for
Right.
the long term, not the short term. You know what
Still
I'm saying?
13 more
So
games, man.
yeah, because them hamstrings are tricky. They can heal in 2 weeks or it could take 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
You just never know. That was one of my biggest fears playing a Thursday night game. With him being a high volume, getting a lot of touches on that Sunday against the Saints, and then 4 days later you're doing it again. I really wasn't surprised. I was hoping it wasn't gonna happen. I wasn't gonna speak it out loud, but when it did, I was just like, damn, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I'm hoping he
uh,
stays out through this week. That'd be great.
yeah, every defense coordinator will probably feel the same way you feel.
He's a problem, man. McCaffrey's a
Yeah,
problem,
he's definitely a problem. On the defense side, of course, our number one pick, overall pick, J.C. Horn. I think he's done for the season. 3 broken bones. Got caught up at the turf toe monster in Houston.
Ooh.
I know they say 2 to 3 months. I mean, I'm like this: if you're healed and you could play, play. But at the same time, I'm thinking long term with you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm
Like,
thinking
unless you
long
guys
term.
are in
I
that
want you to have
playoff
a
run.
career, not a moment.
Yeah. Unless you guys are in
Uh,
that playoff run, he might as well stay out the rest of the year.
right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Because with the acquisition of trading, for C.J. Henderson, I think that's going to help soften the blow of losing J.C. Horn. Plus, we had A.J. Bouye return as well, who had to sit out a 2-game suspension dealing with his time in Denver
Mm-hmm.
as well.
I
So,
wanted Henderson too. I wanted the Eagles to go get Henderson. I don't know why we didn't.
and I keep seeing y'all linked to Deshaun Watson, man. They talking about
That's just
possibility and
garbage.
all that stuff, man. I I got sick of it because they swore up and down because he's from Clemson, South Carolina. The Panthers are going to make a trade to bring him home and all this other stuff. I'm like,
And
man, come
Watson
on,
said he
bro.
didn't want to come play for Philly, so that's even better. I don't want no one that doesn't want to play here. I don't want no one that might even play this season. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to give up our 3 first-round picks, you know, or even 2 of them for a player, when we got Jalen Hurts on the roster. Everybody likes to hate on Jalen, but they don't realize in his first 8 starts, this is like the best, like one of the best 8 starts ever by any quarterback ever to play the game. Even though he still has a lot of room to grow, he still is producing, good numbers on that field there.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Let's see, we had a question for you here. He said,
Okay,
what 3 Panther rookies have impressed you the most this year?
okay. Well, as far as rookies, because we drafted 11 of them. Um, I'll cry about that later because I felt like we passed up quality linemen trading back and getting all these extra picks. I prefer quality over quantity, but hey, that's just me. But let me stick to the question at hand. As far as rookies, that's impressed me so far. Well, obviously before he got hurt, J.C. Horn, our second round pick Terrence Marshall. He flashes, but he hasn't quite put it together yet. Um, yeah, but I think he's definitely a up and coming star. We had to bring him along slow because he had some injuries lingering from LSU. But
Mm-hmm.
far as someone who has impressed me though, that's getting sniff for time. I'm gonna say tight end Tommy Tremble
Mm-hmm.
out of Notre Dame. That was one of the reasons his improvement why we were allowed to let the Jaguars have our other tight end Dan Arnold, who we signed in the offseason, to bring CJ Henderson over was because of the playmaking of Tommy Trumbull. Now I know if you look
Mm-hmm.
up his stats right now, you're like, well, what has he really done? But again, as a film junkie, when you watch how he blocks uh,
Mm-hmm.
the passes, the targets that he has gotten, you can see that he got it in him.
Right.
But he's still a rookie. He still got to learn. He still got to adapt. But he's definitely, what I like is he plays hard. I don't know if you saw the highlight when DJ Moore caught that pass, dipped real low, spun out of it. But if you go back and watch, Tommy Tremble came through and knocked out 2 Dallas defenders to spring him from that run. It's that effort. You got a rookie
Yeah.
going out there throwing his body out there. So it's definitely, I definitely like that about him. Um, Another rookie, Chuba Hubbard, our fourth round running back, that's filling in for
Harvard was
McCaffrey.
a good one.
Got off to a slow start. Had a problem catching the ball, but he got about 5 yards per carry this past week. He caught a couple of balls. Had about 80 something total yards. Not McCaffrey like, but showed a little bit of versatility.
Mm-hmm.
Versatility there. Like I said, rookie. Really getting your first start. So not bad. Main thing is no turnovers, no fumbling of the ball, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And my third rookie that's impressed me though would be our fifth round pick out of University of Iowa, defensive tackle Davion Nixon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was someone that, like I said, as a trench guy, I loved. He plays with great leverage. Uh, he knows how to, not get moved off his spot too much. Now, has he got moved off his spot? Some, yeah, he has. But overall, he holds the spot. He maintains good gap integrity. He keeps his pads low. He does penetrate and able to see the ball and shake off. So he's someone that at the point I was kind of like, well, why we need another defensive tackle? But at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, you want to get the best player available, and I'm glad we did because now that we got him, and I've seen him, through training camp, preseason, and now in the regular season, I'm like, yeah, this defensive line rotation gonna be nice because we drafted 2 defensive tackles last year, Derek
Mm-hmm.
Brown and Bravion Roy, and then now we just added another one, so we're building up a young defensive tackle. Nucleus that because you got to keep it rotating. These big boys, they got bellies. They can't
Right.
play all 100% of these snaps. You kind of prefer 60-40, depending on your setup. But yeah, those are the 3 rookies that's impressed me though.
Nice, nice. Hey, shout out to the 15 in the chat. Please hit that like and subscribe to both of our channels. They are in the comments. Also, we have the store open. Birdgang Nation Sports Talk store is up and running. So make sure you guys go hit up some merch on the store. Help a guy out. What I'm saying? We're trying to grow in all directions. We got another question. He says, is Joey Slay any good? Is that how you say his name?
Joey
Sly or Slay?
Sly.
Slay.
Honestly, he is. He just going through something that a lot of kickers go through. He just have a little slump. But the guy got a killer leg. Just something just happened during this off season where it just I think it's more of a mental thing, and I think he allowed it to get in his head, and he started overthinking. I think he will get it right, and he will be a solid kicker in this league. Uh, from a fan perspective, I think a lot of fans they expect kickers to be perfect. Don't get me wrong. Now, if you're missing chip shots,
Mm-hmm.
30, 20, 30 yards, I get it. But our fans were, upset because he's missing from like 55, 61. Like, man, I miss like these are not regular common field.
Those are far
Anything,
kicks. Yeah.
yeah, anything beyond 50, is not a guarantee. It's not a gimme. Now you got some greats out there that seem to be pushing through like a Justin Tucker in Baltimore and kickers like that, Robbie Gold out there in the 49ers. So you got some kickers that, are consistent, but league wide, everybody, all these kickers are missing extra points, field goals. So, fans just can't get all in an uproar when they miss a kick or two and thinking he's sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's in my particular issue. But yeah, Joey Slot, I think he's a good kicker. He's definitely got the leg. I've seen him kick 6 yard field goals. Uh, Matter of fact, he kicked like 10 6 yard field goals in a row at training camp, this
Mm-hmm.
past year. So the dude definitely got leg. He just
Yeah.
got to get it back in his mind.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my boy CG. He's a Niners fan. They just picked him up.
Okay.
It's all we need to do is run the ball. Facts. What up? So, what do you think the Panthers have to do to win? Give me 3 keys to victory this week for your team.
Well, for me, like I said, I'm a trench guy, so I'm gonna start in the trenches. Number one, our offensive line. We have got, and I say this again, we have got to protect Sam Darnold. Despite what the stats may show, things like that. We're like 30th in pass block win rate. And for
Ooh.
anyone that don't know what that is, pass block win rate means each blocker who assigned to a defender maintaining their block for at least 2.5 seconds or longer. And when it comes to that, we're doing it only 30% of the time.
Ooh.
So even though you don't see a lot of high sacks numbers, but when you think about pressuring the quarterback, there's hurries, there's hits. It don't always have to be sacks. You know what I'm saying, to affect the quarterback. So that aspect, which goes back to my comment why I wasn't too thrilled about our draft because we traded
Mm-hmm.
back 3 times in the second round to pick a bunch of extra later picks, but we let a lot of good offensive linemen go in the second round. But yeah, but first thing we got to do is that we definitely got to protect better and run better on the offensive line. Number two, we know teams now are going to try to run it down our throats because they've seen what the Cowboys did. So what I like to do is us to show more flexibility with our defensive linemen. Instead of lining up in our base 3-4, I like to see more 4-3. Get a little bit more size up there because teams, it's a copycat leagues. Teams are going to try us. When you see teams bringing extra linemen, let's jump out that 3-4 and jump into that 4-3. That 40 front. Let's get some more bellies up in there to combat what's coming. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that aspect, and then just number three, um, we got to win the battle on third downs. Third down is critical. Sustaining drives. Keeping the clock going. It allows your defense to rest, and then from a defense perspective, getting stops on third down. So for me, offensive line, um, defensive alignment, and third downs on both sides of the ball is the 3 keys I think for us.
Hey, yeah, E man, we definitely need to. Our offense definitely be a lot more dangerous if we ran the ball a little bit more. Yeah. How are you looking at this? Because you just said that you worried about if we were to start running the ball against you guys. But since the fact that Miles Sanders has not been getting his touches this year, are you worried about this might be the Miles Sanders come out game against you guys? Or you guys think you're going to focus more on the pass? Because with your big time cornerback out, who's going to be guarding Devontae Smith out there?
Okay, well, as far as that goes, for me, you got to stop the run. You want to take a young quarterback and make him one dimensional. I want Jalen Hurts to drop back 35, 40 times. I feel like that's the recipe of success. And to be honest, I like him. His accuracy is not exactly something to be jumping through the roof for. I think he does make good passes, but he just hasn't strung together that consistency, that accuracy as a passer yet. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's that aspect. Um, as far as the other aspect of who's going to check, Smith, um, I like to look at our veteran cornerback of the room, Dante Jackson. he held CD Lamb to 2 catches, 13 yards. And
Ooh,
CD Lamb ain't nothing to sneeze at. You know,
right.
so it just depends on how we line up on our secondary with um with that. Like I said, it could
How,
be AJ Bouye, it could be um see how farther along CJ Henderson come along, but I think that Dante Jackson will be the first one to get the nod to match up against Smith.
and what is your ranking of your overall passing defense over there?
As far as our passing defense, we're still, in spite of that beatdown, we're still like top five passing defense heading into that game. We were only giving up 147 yards passing, if I'm not mistaken, and the Cowboys only had Dak Prescott. He had 4 touchdowns. He only had 155 yards. So when
Ooh,
you look at it from a yardage perspective, we're still up there. But them 4 touchdowns, yeah, yeah, we got to improve. We definitely got to improve um, our red zone defense, particularly when it comes to that.
okay. Now give me 3 players on offense and 3 players on defense that the Eagles need to be really worried about this week.
Let's see on offense. Okay. Um, for me on offense, I'm gonna start with wide receiver DJ Moore.
Hmm.
He's someone that if you've been paying attention to him, he's been having a hell of a year for us so far. You know how it is. It's his 4th year. It's that time for that contract. Even though we do have that 5th year option for next year, but players tend to want to put on that year before it's time to talk that contract. So he's definitely been someone who's has grown and evolved, and who's quickly emerging as a top 10ish receiver. I don't think he's quite there yet because you got to do it consecutively. You got to
Right.
do it consistently here. Um, and what I say by that, I don't mean look at overall stats. Like, are you making the catches early? Like, I don't believe in garbage time yards. Because when I look at a player's production, I look at when were they getting it? Was it
Hmm.
during the first half when the game was still to be decided, or was it in garbage time when the team done fell out playing soft prevent defense? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's something I analyze as well. I don't look at the final stats. I'm like, oh, he killed it. Nah, when did he kill it? That's for me.
Right.
Um, Somebody else from an offensive perspective here. I gotta say another wide receiver, Robbie Anderson.
No.
He's someone
That.
that when you watch the film, I know his numbers don't say it, but again, when you watch the all 22 film, when you see how often he's getting open, but because our offensive line isn't allowing Sam Darnold the time to hit him, like
Mhm.
just in the last game with Dallas, he was wide open 4 times, had left his defender, but the pressure got to him before he get it. Like if he'd have just had another second of protection, it was a house call. So those 2 wide receivers are a threat. And let's see, third offensive threat. Um, hmm, I'm gonna say Sam Darnold.
All
You know,
right.
because truth be told, guess who's leading the NFL in rushing touchdowns? Sam
That's Sammy
Darnold.
D.
You
Right.
know, I call it. I was on Twitter calling him, Sam Newton or a
Sammy
Cam
Newton.
Darnold. What I'm saying? I was having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he actually set a record that no one else had done in the Super Bowl era. He's the first quarterback to have 5 rushing touchdowns in the first 4 games. So for all the
Nice.
years that we had Cam, for all the years there was Vic, y'all had Cunningham like no other quarterback has ever had 5 rushing touchdowns in the first 4 games. So hey, who
That's
never would have
all,
thought he
man.
would have been quote a dual threat
That's my
type of
boy from
quarterback.
USC, my guy. You know what I'm saying? The USC
Right,
players, read some ballers over there in SoCal. You know we
right,
do it.
right. So I
Hey,
definitely
speaking
think,
of Cam
yeah.
Newton, would you
Mhm.
guys be before you get to your defensive guys? Would
Sure.
you be interested at all at bringing Cam back?
No, absolutely not. I love Cam. Rode hard for Cam while he was here. I even went down to Atlanta to his cigar lounge, fellowship, and anybody that's gets to go to Atlanta, you definitely should check it out. It's a nice chill spot. They got great cigars, great food, music, good in the atmosphere. Fellowship is right around the corner from the Georgia, from where the Falcons play down there. But anyway, uh, but yeah, but as far as a player, nah, we good. I just, I'm just past it by now. I hope he gets another chance, but I really think Cam may have really played his last, significant time in the NFL as a quarterback.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to get your opinion. Being a Carolina Panther fan.
Right.
Go ahead with the defense.
All right. Far as defense, um, when I look at the matchup here, when I look at y'all offensive line versus our defensive line, um, I see that y'all had like three starters missing from the last
Hmm.
game, like left tackle, right tackle, and like right
We
guard.
only
If I'm
had
not mistaken.
one starting offensive lineman last game.
Yeah. So for me, first thing that come to my mind, I'm thinking about our second year defensive tackle Derek Brown. I think that
Mhm.
he's someone that has quietly been putting together a nice season. He's one of the tops in run stuffs in the NFL for defensive tackles. His run stop win rate. Um, he's someone that is holding the point better at the double team. Now I ain't gonna lie, the Cowboys had him on skates on a couple of plays.
Mhm.
Hey, it gets happen to everybody. I've seen Aaron Donald get blowed off the ball. You just don't get
Oh
taught by
yeah,
much because he gets full sacks and you forget about that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it happens to everybody. But Derek Brown would be the first. Um, Second guy I would say that I would have to worry about would be Brian Burns.
Hmm.
Again, depending on who y'all got out there at tackle. Brian Burns, he played, he can go on both sides. He's got one of the lowest bends I've ever seen a defensive edge rush player, whether it's defensive end or outside linebacker. Like when he dips that shoulder and gets low, like them tackles, they have a hard time trying to, get up on him before he does that. And he also got a real sick spin move. I don't know if you ever seen it.
Hmm.
But yeah, Brian Burns.
Well,
Um,
hoping Lane Johnson's back this week and he can handle that one.
All right, and as far as the third defensive player to worry about, I'm gonna have to say, safety Jeremy Chin, our second year player. Um,
That's about.
I'm a big fan of Chin. I like his versatility. He can play either safety spot. He could play deep, in like a cover one, or cover three. He could play in the box as well. He's lined up at nickel corner in the slot. He just gives you that chess piece that allows you to have that, versatile flexibility where he can be placed all over. Basically, he can play anywhere. Seen even play some linebacker in some of us, nickel and dime sub packages here. So he's a chess piece player that I think can definitely have an impact.
All right, nice, nice, nice. So, what do you think the game plan is going to be heading into this game? Do you see more passing the ball with Sammy Darnold, or you think they're going to be running the ball?
I think it's going to be a balanced approach
Hmm.
to it. I mean, you definitely want to always try to establish the run to set up the pass. Or sometimes these days with the passing off meets, you might want to spread it out and loosen up that defensive front that y'all got by spreading out, and then use the pass to set up the run.
Hmm.
Um, you definitely got to have the ability to be versatile and attack because as you saw with us, even though we had the number one run defense, the Cowboys challenged like, okay, oh, this is what you're good at? Okay, let's see. And as you see, they exploited it. So you got to be willing to be confident in your players to be able to execute and attack regardless of what the stats say or what it says because nobody knows your scheme, your players like you. So I
Hmm.
definitely would like to, even though am not thrilled with our offensive line, I like to see this as an opportunity for them to um, be able to finally have a solid overall performance um, here for us.
Do you think those three in the middle is going to be able to hold down Cox and Hargrave? Hargrave is playing like I think he's rated one of the best interior linemen in the league this year so far. Every game he's had a sack. He's putting a lot of pressure out there. Do you think those three guys up front is going to be able to hold those two?
Honestly, it's one of my biggest concerns um, because even when we had a much better interior offensive lineman, when we had Trey Turner at guard, we had Ryan Khalil, and we had Norwell. When our better interior offensive lineman, Fletcher Cox still had his way with us. Like I said, when I refer back to that 2017 game. Um, Even when we played y'all again in the 2018 game when we made that four quarter comeback, he still was having some success as well. So Fletcher Cox, is just going to be Fletcher Cox. So we definitely gotta scheme around and try to um, not let him have but so many impact plays because he's going to get some, you
Mhm.
know.
Well, this
But
year I'm hoping that
the advantage is definitely to him though. Yeah.
I hope it comes this game because this year a lot of impact plays been happening with Hargrave, but not too many with Fletcher Cox. Fletcher only has one sack out of the last 8 games. So, we're all looking for Fletcher Cox to do a little bit more than what he's been doing. You hear the coaches talk about how he takes the double teams. That's the reason why Hargraves is, having success that he is. And I believe that is to be true, but Hargraves is a beast in his own mind. But at the
Hmm.
same time, if you look at some of the top defensive tackles in the league right now, they're all getting double teamed, but they're still all putting up numbers with those double teams, and that's what I want to see Fletcher Cox do.
Right. Definitely.
So I like to go ahead and wait, before we do this part, give me your predictions of the game. Do you see a high scoring game, a low scoring game? Give me a score prediction and who's winning the game.
Let's see. Um, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a mid-scoring game in the 20s. Reason being, I just think that our offensive line keep us from being really explosive. It's kind of like we gotta, you know, chop wood to get the points that we get.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I see y'all as a team, like I said, that gave Kansas City all the work they can handle. I know
Mm-hmm.
it may not be quote looked at the same Kansas City team dominating, based on their record so far, but they still had a lot of the same talent.
Yeah.
That's made them a force to why they
We had some of them
represented the AFC the
touchdown
last few
calls
years.
that got called back, back on the board. We might have. I ain't gonna say we would, what I'm saying, but we could have won that game. I feel like that's what's
Yeah.
going on with our team right now. We just keep shooting ourselves in the foot over and over and over and over and over, and we're not running the ball. Those are two huge things. I think that's the reason why we're sitting here 1-3. We run the ball a little bit more. We stop getting these penalties. It's not like you're getting penalties at random time. They're just at the wrong time. Like we had 3 touchdowns called back, last week against Kansas City.
Wow.
And when you're playing good teams, like that's one thing I can say the fans need to really look at is that our schedule will get softer. After we go against you guys in Tampa Bay, the schedule gets a little bit easier, down the road. But, we played the 49ers. We played the Cowboys. We played, the Chiefs. Those are 3 really good teams, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that we were able to do something against them, I guess, is all right with these rookie head coaches and defensive coordinators. But, penalties really kill us, and they're just coming at the wrong time. And like I said, if you take away you put those 3 touchdowns back on the board, you're looking at a different score there. We possibly win that game. So,
Yeah, but I'm just interested to see how our team responds from getting their ass whooped and embarrassed on both sides. So for me, I'm gonna say 24-20 Carolina.
24-20 Carolina. That's a good score. That's a good
I
score.
think it's
I
going to
like
be
it.
decided. I think it's going to be decided in the fourth. 'Cause like I said, you got a lot of teams with pride here. It's just a fact of uh, who makes the least mistakes and what mistakes are made at the right time and at what time. And and I think that y'all are probably going to test us early and often with the run. I think that, like I said, we put blood in the water per se. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay, for real, oh, that's what that ranking, that's the truth behind that ranking. I bet. Like I said, NFL's a copycat league.
Oh
I wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised to see y'all line up some extra linemen and try to, ram it out throat, see if we've adjusted, see what we've done to it.
I'm
Because if
sure
I was
all
opposing
the
coach
Eagles
and I got
fans
to
would
play the
like to see.
Panthers, that's what I would do.
I think all the Eagles fans want to see us run the ball. We're waiting for it. We're waiting to let Booby spin. Everybody been saying that. Have you heard the game in Kansas City? We're all speaking, run the ball, run the ball, run. That's the whole stand telling them to go. That's how often we do not run the ball. And this dates back all the way into last year. I think that's one of the reasons why Dougie P is not the head coach no more. Like, people got to realize you have to run the ball to win games. You know what I'm saying? You can still have a nice passing attack, but they don't realize that running the ball opens up that passing attack. You know what I'm saying? Like it sets you up for success. You can't play action nobody and not run the ball, then expect people to be wide open. It just doesn't work out that way.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't want a touchdown. Both teams lost. 27-7 Eagles. I like that, James. Jalen Smith. Yeah, Jalen Smith cut today. I seen that. Jalen could
Yeah.
come to Philly. I wouldn't mind coming over to Philly. That wouldn't be bad. We need another
Hey,
linebacker out
hey, you can
there.
come in too because one of our linebackers is going to be out this week. Shat Thompson, who's been our leader on defense.
Yeah, Shaq should be
Um,
too. Shaq's not playing this week?
no, he's not playing this week. We had to up move a linebacker up from the practice squad. So that's another reason why I'm saying I got concerns.
Run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. Another one down, my guys. What's up, Eric? Okay, so now let's get to the part of the show where we go. I always like to do an all-time Eagles team. But since you're from Carolina, and whenever we have a guest on, we like to do your all-time team. So I'm gonna give you the position, how many players you need to do. Like I said, it's not, the best player at the position in Carolina history. This is your
Mm.
team, my guy. Don't worry about what anybody says in the chat. And don't base it off anything but your favorites. So we're gonna start this off with who would be the starting quarterback and the backup backing them up.
Who would be my starting quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
For me, this may shock some people. But favorite quarterback, I'm gonna go with Jake DeLong.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that too. I had it in my head. As soon as you said he's gonna shot somebody, I go, I know he's gonna say Jake DeLong. Jake DeLong was good, man. You gotta give that guy some props.
Jake just had that clutch game, man. Jake had 26 four quarter combats. Uh, that I just like that clutch game, man. When the game is online, when it's be determined, it don't matter what happened the game before. He's gonna find a way to come through. So quarterback and then backup, Cam would be my backup.
All right, give me 3 running backs.
Who? Uh, we've had some good ones. I'm gonna go with my personal favorite, Jonathan Stewart. Uh,
Stewart.
liked him. Stephen Davis,
Davis was good. Yeah.
right? And got to go with McCaffrey,
Oh yeah, McCaffrey's a beast.
right?
All
So
right, give me
yeah,
two.
give me those three.
Give me 2 tight ends.
Two tight ends. Oh, that's easy. Greg Olson and Wesley Walls.
Okay. 4 receivers.
Of course, the OG Steve Smith, Smitty, got to. Um, Musin Muhammad.
Ooh, Muhammad.
Let's see here. Who else would I go? Wide receiver. Um, he a young when he coming up. I'm really liking DJ Moore.
More. All right.
And let's see who will be the last receiver here. You said four, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go slot. I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go back to Ricky Pro.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Pro was a beast out there. He did his thing in that slot. I
Hmm.
liked it. Who'll be on the starting offensive line?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I got this. So,
I knew you like
uh,
these.
so for me, my center, Ryan Khalil, uh,
Khalil.
left at left guard. Give me let me see. Give me no let me what's his name? Norwell. Damn, I keep forgetting his name. He made all pro for us. At
Okay.
left tackle, of course, give me Jordan Gross.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, right guard, give me Trey Turner.
Nice.
And at right tackle, hmm, right tackle, dang, it's like three of them here. I just go with I go with Taylor Moton, our current right tackle.
Okay. Okay. Who's gonna be on that defensive line, my guy?
Defense line, of course, you got to start with the GOAT, Julius Peppers.
Mm-hmm.
That goes without
Peppers
saying.
beast.
Uh, yeah, Julius Peppers. Defensive tackle, give me Chris Jenkins. Um, my other defensive tackle, give me Kawan Short.
Okay.
And at defensive end, uh, Give me Charles Johnson.
Okay, that's nice. That's a good defensive line right there.
Mhm.
Give me three linebackers.
Ooh, man. Luke Kuechly, John Beeson, and man, the third one is always a tough. I'm gonna go with a guy called James Anderson.
Okay, three
And
cornerbacks.
three cornerbacks. All right. Uh, all right. Chris Gamble,
Okay,
Josh Norman,
okay.
and Eric Davis.
Ooh, yeah, Eric Davis was good.
And if I could do a fourth one, I ain't gonna lie, because some of the sets, a lot of people forgot about him. Doug Evans. He was someone that I
Okay,
really, really liked. Yeah.
give me three safeties.
Three safeties. Give me Mike Minner.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Uh,
about Mentor.
yeah, give me Mike Minner. Um, let's see. Give me who else been a playmaker for us at safety? Um, oh, I forgot about dude. Give me Chuck Chris Harris. He was
Ooh,
he God, he caused so many fumbles. Um, and safety. Give me 2015 Kurt Coleman with 9 interceptions.
yeah, Coleman. Hey, he was a bird. Coleman was a bird first, my guy.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely played a lot better when he went with you guys. Nice. Go ahead and give me your kicker and your punter.
Kicker John Casey. Um, punter mm, Todd Sauerborn.
Okay, who's your defensive coordinator?
Oh, defensive coordinator. Shoot. Dang, I can't believe things his name. My head coach of the Bills right now. He was our defensive coordinator. He used to be
What
with
is that
y'all as
guy?
well. Ah,
Jur. They start with a J, right?
I
Man,
can't believe my mind went blank that quick. Man, and I can see his face too. Cause he used to be assistant up on y'all on the Jimmy Johnson, and Ron Rivera brought him down. Dang, what's his name?
I can't think of his name right now either. I feel
I'm
like I know
mad.
it. It's all good. It's all good.
Let me see. Tom McDermott. That's it.
John McDermott. Yeah, Grandzilla always got the answers, man. This guy's money, man. One of my favorites that come in here. I love all you guys, but this guy, he always got all the right answers for us. Good job, Grandzilla.
hmm
Okay, and then who's gonna be your
Offense coordinator.
yeah,
Oh, the OG Norv Turner.
and the head coach?
Head coach. Man, I'm not gonna be light for this, but I'm gonna go with our current coach Matt Rule.
Oh, going Matt Rule. I
Cause
like
he.
it. That's a good one,
Let me give
man.
a quick explanation for that here, because here's my thing. I
Tell
know
me.
it's young. I know he hasn't come up, but with Ron Rivera, he was stubborn. He was loyal to a fault, and that hurt us. Only had 3 winning seasons in 9 years.
Hmm.
Um, Almost got fired a couple times because he was so stuck in his ways.
Hmm.
With John Fox, even though he led us to a Super Bowl, but the same thing. Real old school coach. Not innovative. Didn't know how to use a tight end. So yeah, I like our current coach.
Hey man, that's a good team. I like it. That's the one. That's a really good team there. I don't think they'll be able to win some games. You know what I'm saying? They'll definitely be able to win some games. Hey, I got a couple minutes left. I'm going to do
Okay.
this last little question here from my boy Groundzilla for helping us with that little name thing. He said, "Why did Patty Fisher get cut? And what is the progress with Brady Christensen and
Deontay Brown.
Devontae Brown?"
Okay, yeah, Patty Fisher. I don't know why he was one of our favorites. I liked him at Northwestern. I thought he could have been good as a linebacker here. Um, from what I was told, from what I saw, he made plays, but uh, he just didn't make the team. That's the best I can I'll tell you, as far as Brady Christensen and Deontay Brown, the
Mm-hmm.
reason being, honestly, they're just not ready. The thing with Deontay Brown, we're monitoring his weight because at the Senior Bowl he was like 362. He has got it down to the 330s. So right now he will be an asset in the running game, but he'll be a liability in the passing game. You know, as far as pass blocking. So he's just one of the ones that quote might have to play in spots, but not really. You know,
Mm-hmm.
until he's able to get up there. And as far as Brady Christensen, super athletic. He's got an elite jump off, but for me, he plays too soft for me. Um, you know, that's the thing with him. And like in the limited snaps that he has gotten, uh, he's been like a turnstile. You know, against quality starting players. You know, and so yeah, they're just not ready. They might be ready next year, but this year this might be their quote red shirt year per se.
And yeah we did, Richie MC. Go ahead and rewind this back again. We about to be up out of here. We got another live coming up here right off the back.
Mhm.
You know, check out our girl So Carm. She has her show coming on the network tonight, which will also be on this channel, JC Eagle Talk channel, and the network channel. So hey man, thanks again for coming on the show. Please let everybody know where they can find you at one more time. And
Yo,
all his
again,
links are inside the chat, so don't worry about that part.
yeah, and again, you know, you can find us at the number four, manrush.com. That's our website. It has all of our social media links: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You know, we're all over here as well. We actually got asked by Fansided to be their Carolina Panther representative on their national website.
Nice.
So we just got that distribution with them a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, that's where you can find us. Um, is the foremanrush.com.
All right. Well, thanks again for coming on. Much love to the 15 still in the chat. Much love to you guys for hanging out with us. Please go ahead and go over to the Birdgang Nation Sports Media channel and go subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We're trying to grow the network. You know what I'm saying? We got some great content creators. We got some more. You know, we just got Philly Notion and we also got Philly Fresh. So Philly Mike's on the way. LB, all the boys are coming. So you guys make sure you subscribe and you guys stay tuned to that, guys. And like I always say, fly, Eagles, fly. Thanks again for coming. This is Bird Game 31, and we out. Peace.